Payag ko. Nagpapayag ko.
Sige lang ba?
Wow. Paano ka mo?
You retire? You're not retired? Wait, what's going on?
Oh, I'm still active. I'm in active, yeah, training. I do train.
Is he gonna do an exhibition? He wants to, yeah.
You don't want an exhibition. It's not real.
Or real fight.
Financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao has a...
Manny Pacquiao is back in the gym, working hard as he gears up for his fight against Mario Barrios on July 19th. At 46, the boxing icon is once again proving he's far from done. He's training with younger fighters, hitting the heavy bag with power, and flying through speed drills with the kind of focus only a true champion brings. His training camp has completely taken over his routine: early morning runs, endless pad sessions, and intense core workouts that would wear out fighters half his age. Pacquiao is all in, showing the same drive and determination that made him a legend.
That lost speed and power, baby. It's all in there. That minute, he's in trouble. Almost in trouble.
Manny Pacquiao's longtime trainer, Justin Fortune, says the power and speed that made Pacquiao a champion in 8 weight classes are still there. To Fortune, this is just another challenge for a fighter who's made a career out of taking on the toughest opponents. Having worked with Pacquiao for nearly 20 years, Fortune knows the difference between someone just going through the motions and someone truly ready to fight. In a recent conversation, he made it clear he believes Pacquiao can still perform at the top level. All Manny has to do is be Manny, Fortune said, dismissing any concerns about his age. You can't match his experience.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Like, come on, man. You've been out the game, retired. You haven't just been sitting around looking for fights. You've been retired, and you come back, and they give him a title fight. 46 years old, like, and this man is given a title fight. I mean,
He's trying to be George.
Fortune also highlighted Pacquiao's incredible experience: 86 professional fights against some of the biggest names in boxing, including Marco Antonio Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez, Eric Morales, and Oscar de la Hoya. To him, all those years in the ring aren't a drawback, they're a strength. Pacquiao has gone up against every style, taken punches from all kinds of opponents, and pushed through every kind of challenge a fighter can face. That kind of experience is rare, and it matters.
He just fought again. He just had an exhibition fight in Japan, which is ridiculous. Didn't look that good.
I used to like watching Oscar de la Hoya as well.
In his prime.
Still, critics aren't convinced. They argue that looking sharp in training is one thing, but performing under the lights is something else entirely. They often bring up Mike Tyson, who looked unstoppable in training before his fight with Jake Paul. But once he stepped into the ring, it became clear that training hype doesn't always match fight night reality.
Yeah, returning to the ring to fight Barrios, that's not a surprise. It's been rumored about for ages. Fair enough. Like, Pacquiao is not the first person, and certainly won't be the last person, to return from retirement to have a fight. Happens all the time. It's been rumored since he had his little exhibition fight. I don't mind that. What I really don't like is the fact it's for the WBC. The WBC, Mizu Suleiman's a scumbag. How? And this is, again, everything that's wrong with boxing. I love boxing, but it's things like a man who's been retired for 4 years, a man who...
Pacquiao's training clips might seem unreal, him shadowboxing at lightning speed and hitting the mitts with that familiar explosive power. But as any boxing fan knows, Fight Night has a way of revealing the truth, no matter how good someone looks in the gym.
For a world title. Manny Pacquiao's not fought for 4 years. He had that exhibition, but if you saw any footage of the exhibition, it looked terrible. It looked really bad. So he's not fought for 4 years. He's not won a fight for 6 years. He's 46 years old, and you can be 45 as a heavyweight.
Back down from a tough opponent, and his confidence hasn't wavered. His coach, Justin Fortune, stands firmly behind him, saying Pacquiao's sharp combos, quick footwork, and ability to find angles are still very much intact. According to Fortune, Pacquiao's southpaw stance, relentless pace, and lightning-fast hands still pose a major threat to any orthodox fighter. He acknowledged that Barrios, being younger, taller, and naturally bigger, is a real challenge. But he didn't hesitate to add, Pacquiao is still strong, fast, and extremely experienced.
It should be Pacquiao's 40. What you said, 49?
He's 46, sir.
46?
Yeah.
Even worse. I mean, 46, 49. No, Pacquiao, stop. Stop.
Even in his mid-40s, Pacquiao's training is as intense as ever. He's up before dawn, hitting the road while most people are still asleep, logging miles in the early morning quiet. In the gym, he moves with the same fire that defined his prime, throwing lightning-fast combinations on the heavy bag, his punches snapping with speed and precision. Sparring partners rotate in, many trying to mimic Barrios' tall, rangy style to help Pacquiao prepare for the height and reach disadvantage he'll face in July. Fortune watches everything closely, analyzing every punch, every move, and pushing Pacquiao to keep that explosive speed, round after round.
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well.
Pacquiao's legendary conditioning is on full display. He's known for pushing his body through brutal core workouts, the kind that would break most athletes. He powers through hundreds of crunches, leg raises, and twisting exercises to maintain the rock-solid core that's helped him take shots from some of boxing's hardest punchers. His balance drills are just as intense. He practices slipping, weaving, and countering while keeping his footwork sharp and precise, almost like choreography. Pacquiao's style has always been about angles, catching opponents with punches they don't see coming. And Fortune is making sure that edge hasn't dulled.
Basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't.
Along with the grueling physical training, Pacquiao's team is putting just as much focus on his mental preparation. The Filipino icon is still sharp, with a ring IQ that few can match. His camp is carefully studying footage of Barrios, analyzing his habits, weaknesses, and patterns. Pacquiao knows exactly what he's up against, a powerful young fighter hungry to make a name for himself by beating a legend. But that kind of ambition isn't new to Pacquiao, and it's never been enough to stop him.
I'm anticipating and eagerly awaiting the return of Manny Pacquiao. Listen, we can't not talk about Pacquiao when we talk about the welterweight division. Sometimes in these conversations we forget, he just dominated a guy that there's no way at his age he should have been able to dominate. Pacquiao could ruin everybody's shit.
But what do you think about, do you think that he would ever step up?
Young lightweight fighter Giovanni Cabrera shared his thoughts. With most orthodox fighters, it doesn't matter who you are or how old, you have to deal with the angles. When Manny Pacquiao slips and lands that left hand, you've got to handle it. If George Foreman could do it, then Pacquiao can too. Cabrera's words reflect what many believe, that Pacquiao's experience and unique style can still give even the toughest young fighters a hard time.
What possible good could come out of Manny Pacquiao fighting Barrios? What, somebody going to say, oh, Smitty, he might win. Okay, well, he wins. But what about the punches to that head? Look at Manny Pacquiao's face right here in this picture. This is how Manny Pacquiao looks now. Look at that face. Does that look like a guy who belongs inside the ring against a 20, I think Barrios is still in his 20s, I think.
29.
Okay. We've spoken a lot on this program